Hello again, it's Jay and Laura TV. I'm Laura and he is, guess, you got it, he is Jay.
We're here for your life, your marriage, and your family. And this week we always start off with the real life with Jay and Laura. And this actually happened last night. We're on our back patio with some friends, just enjoying some good fellowship. We call it therapy. And our friend had just lost, last couple weeks ago, lost her mom. She died in her sleep. It was very peaceful. She was ready to be with Jesus. But she said, oh my goodness, this is Laura's friend. Oh my goodness, we just got some more money in for my mom's memorial. I can buy something for the kitchen. And Laura goes, you're kidding. What are you going to buy? Are you going to buy a new stove? You're going to buy a new refrigerator? You get to buy something for your kitchen? And her friend Jenny said, no, Laura, no. The church kitchen in memory of my mom.
I was thinking, what the heck? You get to use your mom's memorial money to buy yourself a kitchen? I can do that. I'll be happy to put a plaque in my kitchen that says, in memory of my loving mom. So if Laura, you're watching this, Mama, I was like, hey, I'm going to call my mom and say, hey, how you doing? How you feeling? I want a gas stove. That's awful. I'm just kidding.
But it does show you who it's all about. Laura's thinking.
I thought, the way she said it, I thought you had to use memorial money to buy something for yourself?
No. Wow.
Go ahead. Do the question of the week. Let's move on.
Oh, moving on to the question of the week. How can my husband and I make time to read and pray together regularly when we have 4 kids and several pets? It seems our only time that is peaceful is when we are sleeping.
I know how you're going to answer it.
Get rid of the pets, okay? That's pretty obvious because you can't get rid of your kids. And if your pets are taking up too much time, you've got to prioritize your life. You've got to set priorities and then act like they're really priorities, folks. This is the hard work of being a maturing, growing adult, is that we have to decide what's important in our life and not just give it lip service, but really, really work at making it a priority.
It sounds like the kids and the pets are the priority, and so they're allowing things that they would like, you know, saying, if we want to have time to pray and read together, then maybe we need to get up a half an hour earlier than we normally get up to take care of the kids, or we need to make that put the kids in bed at 9 o'clock so that we have a half hour to read. And that's what you're saying. You've got to make your schedule reflect your priorities.
That's right. And your kids and your pets will have to adjust. I mean, maybe you can't ride your horse as often as you like. Maybe you can't take your dog for that 2-mile walk. It needs to be just a mile, so you've got an extra 15 minutes to just get together, read a little bit in the Bible, and pray together.
Well, hey, let's talk about Connection Corner. This week, if you're on our Facebook page, if you've liked us on Facebook, good for you. You've seen this picture. If you haven't, you need to go to facebook.com/Jay and Laura Laffoon, because this week we posted a really fun picture taken by our friend, Molly B. of Molly B. Photography. You can check her out, too. She does amazing work. But she took a picture of a family, and it was a great picture. The mom and dad are kissing, and then there's 2 teenagers over to the side going, and we just thought it was hilarious because you know what? Here is reality. Your kids act like they don't want to see you kissing, but in reality, they love to see mom and dad kissing because it gives them security. Security that everything's okay in the home.
They love it when mom and dad show affection.
Everything's okay with mom and dad. It makes me, children, teenagers, I'm not calling myself a kid, but it makes teenagers and children feel secure. So here's what I want you to do this week.
Here's your homework.
In this Connection Corner area, we want you to take some time, kiss in front of your kids.
Make out.
Let us know how they react on our Facebook page at facebook.com/Jay and Laura. So there you go. That's your assignment. Kiss in front of your kids this week and tell us how it goes.
Now we're on to marriage in the news. And just once again, some of these people befuddle me. Absolutely befuddle me.
The title of the article is Why I Believe That Marriage Should Not Be Allowed Before the Age of 25. The author is Jennifer Nagy from the Huffington Post. And here's what she says. Huffington Post. Huffington Post. Age is just a number, except when it comes to marriage. Now here, this is her speaking. Let's look at my stats. Current age, she's 29. She's been divorced for 8 months. She's been separated for a year and 9 months. The age when she met her ex was 19. The age when she got married was 24. She says this, which brings me to my point. Couples should not be allowed to get married before the age of 25. And she goes on to say, I know this is not making me popular with my readers, but here's what she goes on to talk about. Here's what she goes on to talk about. She goes on to talk about the fact that when she was 19, between 19 and 24, she didn't really know who she was or what she wanted. She was all about partying and having a good time. And in the midst of that, she met her husband. They were together for a long time. And then it was just kind of seemed like this is what they should do, is get married. And she said that was a recipe for divorce because the problem was after planning this beautiful beach wedding, after the honeymoon was over, then the heartache of the relationship began. Don't get me wrong, I loved him. I know I always will. But marrying someone at such a young age was a recipe for divorce because I didn't know what I wanted.
You did not love him. You were infatuated with him because if you loved him, you would still be together. It's not people shouldn't get married before the age of 25. It's people shouldn't get married before they grow up. Yeah, because marriage is an adult decision.
Because here's what she said. People under the age of 25 are still discovering themselves. They're still figuring out what is most important in their lives. They are discovering the joys and heartache of being in a relationship. Here it is, here it is. And then the partying that often characterizes life between relationships. That's where we get confused. She's talking about 19 to 25-year-olds just don't want to grow up. And so I want to wait till I've grown up to get married. And here's my question.
No, wait, before your question, because it's an important question, they need to hear it, okay? I'm 50, okay, 50, and I'm still discovering who I am. That's called being a lifelong learner, and it's part of the adult experience. So get used to it.
You learn stuff about yourself every day. But here's my question in response to this article by Jennifer Nagy. What has changed over the years that young adults don't know who they are? They're still searching for themselves. Because here, even I'm almost 50.
Woo!
When I was 19 and 20, my thought process was this. If I'm not married by the time I'm 25, I'm never going to get married because I'm going to be too old. So what's changed in our culture that we've allowed young adults to not grow up and to not become responsible adults in our world? And you know what? I know you have a response to that. I know you have an opinion on this. So again, go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/Jay and Laura Laffoon, and give us your response. Bing. Well, guess what? That's the end of this week. This has been Jay and Laura with Jay and Laura TV. We're here for your life, your marriage, and your family. See you next week.
Mwah.